Does this box leave you feeling more blue than bringing back happy childhood memories of riding bikes and staying out late with your friends? Why on earth do we even need tapioca starch in our mac and cheese? If you want a really quick, simple, and easy recipe for Ren's soon-to-be famous mac and cheese that tastes like childhood memories that you want to remember, stick with us, and we're going to show you how. So today, I get the super awesome pleasure of cooking with my nephew, Ren. Can you say hi, Chef Ren?
Hi.
Welcome to the Red Shoe Chef Kitchen, buddy. We're super excited to have you today. Can't wait to get in the kitchen with you and make mac and cheese. If you're just here to find a quick and simple, easy mac and cheese recipe, whether it's because you've got kids running around like monkeys at home, or you're just a big kid inside and you want some mac and cheese after a hard day of work, you found the right place. We're gonna wash our hands, we're gonna secure our cutting board, and we're gonna get in the kitchen. So Ren, you ready to get in the kitchen?
Yeah.
Let's do it. So now that we're in the kitchen together, you're gonna have to go down to the description to find the full recipe, the equipment list, and the method, which is called our mise en place. First thing that we have to do is get our pasta cooking. So we're gonna need to get a pot of water, nice and salty. It's gonna taste like the ocean. This is the one chance we get to season our pasta, so we need to add salt to the water. Now, we want to add a couple of tablespoons to our pot of water, and then once it gets to a boil, we're gonna carefully add our elbow macaroni. You can use whatever pasta you'd like, as long as it's small noodles. That's gonna take us about 5 to 7 minutes to let that boil till al dente. Ren, do you know what al dente means?
That is hot.
Al dente, does that mean it's hot? Close. Al dente means to the tooth. So that means our pasta has just a little bit of chew to it. It's not crunchy, but it's cooked perfectly. We're going to take that out of the water and strain it, so that way it's ready to rock and roll for our next step. While our pasta is boiling, we're gonna get our cheese sauce ready to rock and roll. So this is a really simple cheese sauce that's gonna work to make this super creamy, okay? So we're gonna start with a stick of butter. We're gonna let that melt in our pot. Once that's melted, we're going to add flour to the pot, okay?
Okay.
So we're gonna add our flour to our butter, and right now we're gonna create what's called a roux. It's a French term for when you make a butter and flour paste. The roux is actually going to help thicken our cheese sauce, so it covers our noodles nice and creamy, so it's kind of the extra cheesy, extra creamy recipe that we're all looking for. So we're gonna cook the roux for 1 to 2 minutes. We're gonna get just a little bit of color, but this is gonna cook some of the raw flour flavor out of it and allow the flour to start to be able to accept and absorb the milk that we're about to add. Once that roux has formed, mix it and stir it so that way it doesn't burn. This is where we're gonna add our dairy to this. So we're gonna take our half and half, or our milk, depending upon what you want. Half and half has just a little bit more fat. You can use whole fat milk if you want, or you can add a combination of heavy cream and milk too. Ren, what are we adding now?
Sour cream.
Sour cream. This is gonna add a little bit more fat to our cheese sauce. It's also gonna add some tang, which is what Kraft mac and cheese is missing the most. Blue box these days tastes sweet, and we do not want that in our mac and cheese, do we, Ren? No way. We're gonna whisk this sour cream into our butter and flour and milk mixture. And this is gonna help break it up and start to emulsify it in together, so it's about ready for our cheese. Now, we're keeping this recipe really simple, and we're gonna use just some plain store-bought sharp cheddar and Monterey Jack. This is where you can get pretty crazy if you want. If you want a super pinkies up soigné mac and cheese recipe, you can use basically any grateable cheese that you want. You can use Gruyere, you can use goat cheese, you can use all sorts of stuff.
You can use cow cheese.
You can use cow cheese, and that's exactly what we're gonna use. We've got a couple of blocks of cheese that we're going to grate ourselves, but you can use any pre-shredded cheese too wherever you want to get it from. We like to shred our cheese at home ourselves because it doesn't have all of the extra stuff. If you're short on time or you like the pre-shredded cheese, totally fine with us, no judgment on our end. Time is money, so we're gonna grate our cheese ourselves. We're going to add our cheese into our pot of simmering cream mixture, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now we want to be sure that we're not boiling this, because if we boil it, what's going to happen? Well, if we accidentally boil our cream mixture, we run the risk of scorching and burning it, and that flavor doesn't taste good. So we're going to make sure that we're keeping this at a low, gentle simmer, enough that it's going to melt our cheese but not burn. We're going to slowly add our cheese while we whisk. This is going to help us melt our cheese without making it gritty. Once the cheese is all melted, we're going to add a little bit of salt, and here's where you can get pretty crazy too. You can add chili flakes if you want it spicy, black pepper, mustard if you want it a little bit more French. You can kind of do whatever you want. From here, now we're going to take our macaroni that we drained earlier, and we're going to pour it back into our cheese sauce. As we're pouring it in, we're being careful not to splatter. We're going to stir gently, and that's really it. Right here, we've got mac and cheese. Creamy, golden, delicious, not sweet, not full of tapioca starch. Not only that, but it's also better for you. So we did some math on our blue box, and we found out that for one single serving, there's 550 milligrams of salt. Most factory-made food has a ton of extra salt in it as a preservative. We don't need all of that. So our recipe here for a single serving has 200 milligrams less of salt, and we used salted butter to start. Ren, now we get to do our favorite part here as Red Shoe Chefs, and we get to taste our mac and cheese. So Ren, now that we've used our special tasting spoons, how does your mac and cheese taste?
Cheesy.
Yes, that means we did it right. In 15 minutes or less now, we have Ren's famous mac and cheese that will blow the blue box away every single time. We hope that this mac and cheese recipe becomes a staple in your household, just like it is in ours. If you have anything else that you love to add to your mac and cheese, whether it's bacon, shredded chicken, a special kind of cheese that you like to add like blue or goat, let us know in the comments, and we're going to meet you there too. We can't wait to hear all of your blue box mac and cheese stories. So until the next one, we'll see you.
Bye.
All right, one more time.
I hear that 5 times.